Gibby DIY. Here's a problem that I had that I don't want to happen to you. My Tremic and my Mustang, I have a 91 Mustang GT. It's a TKO 500, which is right here. It's a lot beefed up. It's, like I said, it's a 500, not the 600, because it has not as many spines. I think 10.5 to 11 grooves, or the high performance one has like 24. But same guts and everything. Gears are a little bit different in them, but it's still a nice transmission. Well, my synchronizers went out, so I pulled the transmission out, and I'm going to fix those. In the meantime, I wanted to just, I found this one at a swap meet over at Beach Bend when they came into town. This is a T5 transmission, and when I bought it, the guy said it's for a 302. Well, problem, I didn't know it, but when like I said, I was wanting to put the T5 right into the bell housing of my the one that I had in there, and that's this one right here. But the T5 don't fit into this bell housing. So, problem number one. So, I took the bell housing and put it in the 302, and it bolts right up to the back of it. This one does. So what it is, it's a 99. I called D&D and told them that my speedometer, this is a digital one. It's not a cable. Mine's got a cable that goes right up in here. So that was another problem, which I could have lived with it, but like I said, I was just wanting to put it in the car and drive it until I rebuilt my better transmission. So that would have been fine as long as my tack and everything still worked. So the drive shaft and everything hooks to this and everything. It fits into the car, fits into the up to the console, up middle, the console and everything. Everything's perfect. But what's going on with this one is the starter don't work. So I had it all into the car and went to hook the starter up into it, and it won't fit. So the starter housing's different. So I would have had to change the flywheel and everything. There's a way to get around all this, but you had to change a flywheel out and a starter. And I said, heck with that. But I spent about 2 to 3 days on it trying to get it to work. I cut out some of the starter bell housings, so I thought, man, it might work. The plate that goes over the backside of it, the dust cover, is another problem. Because when I had it up there behind the flywheel and stuff, I didn't realize that it wouldn't fit. This is the one that fits the old one, and this is the new one. It don't line up to make where you can put the starter in it. So then I actually bent it back and was trying to rig it. And like I said, I mean, it's where they mess. I mean, if they would have made this bell housing where it wouldn't fit into the back of that block of the 302, then I would have stopped at that point, because I know it wouldn't have worked. But then that it fits to the back of the block, and the drive shaft lines up, it goes up in the car. It's weird. At that point that everything was lining up just perfect until I went to put the starter in there. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when I get the starter over here. So be right back. So here's the starter, old starter. And see, as you can see where I cut this hole, get the starter to work in here. It won't fit in there now because I've patched it all up. will not sit on here straight because it hits underneath there. So that's the problem I was dealing with when I was trying to get up in the car. So here's, like I said, this is the bell housing that fits this T5, and it's like a 99 or newer model. So here's the old bell housing, and as you can see, the starter bolt, or the bell housing, the transmission bolts don't line up. I mean, it's just seriously way off. Okay, so I called LMR. They made an adapter plate for it. I said, okay, cool. That's all I need because everything lines up. So this is the adapter plate they sent me. Right here. Okay, so here's the adapter plate. And this is my bell housing I'm going to have to use to get my starter and everything work. So nothing lines up. I mean, this little lip on this thing is supposed to fit down in that. It don't fit down in that. I mean, if it fit down in that, I might could have screwed in some new holes and stuff, but I don't know. It's just not right. So I got to send this back to LMR, get my money back on that, because I don't know what they sent me that for. Because I mean, unless they got confused on what I was trying to do. But so I'm back to the drawing board. I'm just going to have to. I can get me a late model T5, and it would probably fit on this bell housing. I think. I'm not for sure, but I do know this what I have here won't work. Let me show you something else. See here, this dust cover is fits this one, not this one. So turn this over. Here's my starter. I'm sorry about this camera operation here. I normally have somebody to help me do it, but thing weighed about 10 pounds. So see, here's the starter, how it fits in here. Perfect. That's what I need. And it will not fit on this one. But it fits all in, if everything fits into the car. This bolts up to the back of the block. The drive shaft works. But you got to put the starter to it, it won't work. So that's where I'm at. So don't make the mistake I did and go through all that work. And try to find you if you're looking for a T5, some things that you can watch out for, and you know it's a real, that it won't work, is this says things, it says 3.8 here. So if it says 3.8, you know, it could be new, it could go into a V6, but and another thing, look at your speedometer gauge. Look at the difference in this one and this one, how big it is, which where the cable goes into. It's still got this little thing right here, on a little digital thing. And you try to take this out and stick in there, it don't work because the shaft's too long. See how this goes way up in here? I tried to just take it out and swap it, but that didn't work either. You can look these numbers up. D&D said it has to be a 99 or newer, this transmission. So it come out of something like a 99, and they're all Tremix. I thought just a Tremix TKO and this is a T5, but Tremix the brand. Tremix, see, Tremix. This is a TKO 500, 600 series. This is just a regular T5. So that's where I'm at. Same drive shaft, same shaft, or everything. Everything will work. It sets in there the same. As you can see, the difference in the casings is just a lot beefier. So that's the gist of it. So just don't do what I did. All right, here's a little tip for you. Here's the one that I messed up trying to get it to work on this bell housing. Now, as you can see here, all these holes match up. So here's the mistake. See how short it is, and it won't go over this. And if I would have had this on this bell housing, because see, it was on my car. I didn't have to take the flywheel off when I changed the. I just had to take the clutch out. So the flywheel's over top of this. Actually, it's set like this on the car. So I couldn't got this out and checked it. But if I was walking around at a swap meet, next time I go to swap meet, if I'm going to be looking for a bell housing, I'm going to make sure it fits my car. If you're looking for a bell housing, keep your old dust guard, dust shield, pack it with you. So I wrote on here, must go underneath your bell housing. So for instance, if I was walking around in a swap meet, somebody said, yeah, I got a bell housing off a TKO, T5, or off a Fox body. So okay, can you mind if I check it? So here's what you do. Lay it up here, line your hose up. Now the starter goes here, but see, I had tore all this apart, but all the hose match up, and underneath the lip, it fits right underneath the flywheel, or underneath the bell housing, and all the hose match up. This is where your shifter cable goes to. So put it on this one, the newer model one, the 99 and up model bell housing. It don't fit under here. Perfect. So that was about a $40 mistake. So here's the replacement for it. Goes right over top of that. Fits right on the hose. Fits, everything's perfect. See, and here's how the starter lines up in these hoses. Now let's put it over here to this one. So hose match up. Matching my hose up all the way around it here. Now as the bottom, it's short. That lip doesn't go over it. See, that's mistake one. So you know right off that's not going to work. And then see how these hoses match up. Now look over here at where your starter hose is. See, it's way over this way. So it's got to come over here. You can make it work that way, but the hose don't line up this way. So, bad. All right. Thank you for watching my videos. And as always, thanks and God bless y'all.
Have you ever been to Richmond in November, when the cold Virginia rain is coming down? Friend, I'm here to tell you it's no pleasure when you're all alone and a stranger to the town. Don't take me wrong, I do like East Virginia.